Hey people, I've been promising you that I was going to do a clean out of that Uhwarrie gold from North Carolina. Last weekend, Benzo Bonanza he sponsored a group dig. About 16 guys showed up. We were all out there digging Saturday morning in the snow, getting what gold we could, and there's gold all over that place. But I decided that now's the time. I've been 3 to 11, so I haven't had an opportunity to really, but getting ready to go ahead and run these concentrates from that group dig. And the next day, after everybody else had gone, Benzo got a hold of me. He said, "Hey, come on, let's go back out there and get some damn gold." So we did. And man, Benzo's a heck of a nice guy. That was a nice thing to do. We went out there and we double teamed that spike strike, which is an incredible sluice. And I mean, we just fed whatever we got out of the creek bottom into that thing, and it took it, and it pulled out that small gold, and I'm about to show it to you. So anyway, got my Goldhog multi-sluice all set up here. Got it set up with the, yeah, I guess this is a course match. This is what you run first, and then I got the stripper mats around here ready to go in for the second part of this. And here's my cons from Uhwarrie National Forest. And I'm not going to classify it because this thing can take it. I'm going to set you up. I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to brush out the ripples so there's no air stuck in them to keep the gold from catching. And we'll start running this material. This sluice is set at 11 degrees. I checked it with the app on my phone. I gotta get this sluice back up there. I guess we gotta turn it off in a minute. We have to take this apart to do this. Anyway, the sluice is leveled out. I don't know how that happened, but there you go. Take this brush to this again. Brush the bubbles, air bubbles out so the sluice will trap the gold. There's a lot of very fine gold in this. And that little bit of jet drive put a lot of foam out. So anyway, here we are, we're set up. And I'll bring you over here. So you can watch me feed this stuff. And I can show it to you as we do it. Like I said, I'm not classifying it. I'm just going to take a spoonful at a time. Put it through here. I know there's gold in it. I got a lot of gold out of that creek that we were working. I have a catch pan in there so I can check for tailings loss, because this is a brand new, this multi-sluice is brand new to me. It always looked good. So I went ahead and got one. Matter of fact, it came in the day before I went to North Carolina, so feed this stuff in through here. One thing I noticed about the sluice, the way this multi-sluice works, is it's not going to flush out. It only flushes out the heaviest stuff that's in there. So as it works, and you get more heavies in the sluice, the heavies stay, the other stuff gets washed out. So that's how Doc says it works, and that's how it works. I ran my Arizona cons finally last night in it, and I'm working on a bag of Pennsylvania gold that I promised to Benzo. You know, there's not going to be a hell of a lot of gold in there because it's coming from Pennsylvania, but I'm going to get what I can for him, and I'm going to put a decent bag together for him to mess with, so he gets an idea. Pennsylvania streams, the ones that I work, look good, but they are not motherlode country. Now this stream where we were working in the Uhwarrie National Forest, that stream is awesome. There's a lot of gold in there. A big old flat stone. I don't think I need to run that through it. Sluice is set at 11 degrees for unclassified material. I'll show you around my shop here after we get some of this done. Try and let that clean out a little bit in between. I know this is loaded with gold, and I'll go through my tailings too. Probably not tonight, but I will go through them because I know there's a lot of gold in this material. I gotta say, that Spike Strike double deuce, that thing is awesome. I mean, you could take that out and you could treat it like a high banker as long as you got a decent flow in the water. And it catches very fine gold. And flakes. So, if I had one, I wouldn't be afraid to use it. I also learned some techniques that I wouldn't normally use, especially in Pennsylvania. And I've prospected in Arizona and California, and it's a whole different thing. Depends on the geology of the area that you're working, and in a couple of days here I'm actually going to try some of the techniques they use down there in the Pennsylvania stream that I work. If you're working bedrock, you got to use one kind of technique. If you're working creek bottom, use a different one. If you're working desert, that's a different way also. Let me pour some of this water off here. We got a couple spoonfuls left. And that bucket's cleaned out. Let this sluice run for a couple minutes. We'll turn it off and see if we can see what's in it. And what I'll do then is I'll change the mat, run it through the stripper mat. Or I might run it through this again after I clean it out. We'll see. We'll let it run here for a couple minutes. I think what I'm going to do is clean this mat out, classify it, and then run it back through. But anyway, let's go ahead and turn it off, see the spotting here. There's a bunch of stones in there that I probably shouldn't have run through this, but let's see what we can see. I'm seeing gold. Gold right down past my finger there. Right there in that ripple. I'm not seeing a bunch more here. I know it's in there though. I'm not seeing any down here. That's probably a good sign. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and clean this thing out. Set this up a couple minutes while I'm doing that, and then I'll pause it. First thing is to take the power head off. You take your Goldhog, all your Goldhog stuff, you tilt it, let the water run out, concrete the mats. Okay. Before I do this, I'm going to go ahead and make sure I have a decent water in the bucket. That should do it. That should do it. Now over here, I have minus 60 black sands from this season. Not even sure anymore where they came from. There's the bottom of my gold cube, a little mini high banker over there, and my piglet. You might find some prospecting equipment. Here's my blue ball. I'm getting ready to set that up. That'll be the next video probably. And this is for cleaning up this stuff, and that's cons from my last run through this thing. So let's go ahead and see if we can get this out of here. Clean it up. I'll try to set this so you can see what's going on over here. My dredge hoses are going to be in the way. I'll move it over a little bit. That'll work. Get that down in that bucket. reverse it as you do it. You might see Ray Russo do it in a pan. I'm not that sure of it just yet, so I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to do it in a bucket. Got to reverse roll it to get those ripples to open up. The colder it is, the stiffer those rubber ripples are. Okay. Let's see what these look like, and then I'll decide whether or not I'm going to run the stripper mats or put it back through those mats again. That bucket's clean. And it looks like I'm going to classify this. So I'm going to pause it while I classify it. And then we'll decide what we're going to do. So I'm going to bring you back on here in a little bit. Okay. I classified that to -20 through this little classifier. And I panned out the stuff that was over 20. And there's one nice big flake of gold in there. Let's set this still somewhere. Right there. So that's one piece to come out of it. And of course I will run this material again, but I'm going to get that piece out of there. I got my stripper mat set up in this thing. It's all leveled out again and everything. And this stuff in this little Garrett pan here is what I'm going to be running. So we'll set you back up here. I'll sucker that piece up. And we'll get ready to see what we can do with it. Trying to set this tripod so it doesn't fall the hell over. And get this piece of gold out of this. There you go. There's some other gold from Uhwarrie in this snuffer bottle too. Bunch of lead shot, and here's another couple of little tiny pieces of gold in there too, so I guess I better go ahead and snuffer them up. That place, it ain't California, but gold is plentiful. Most of it's fine, but it is plentiful. Just gotta be willing to go out there and dig it. Go out there and recover it. Okay, we'll go ahead and start this thing back up. Take my brush over the ripples. Get the air out of them. Well, you do what? I gotta do another thing too. I almost forgot a step. I gotta slow this flow down a little bit so I don't just whoosh gold out. So let me go ahead and turn this off and do it. If this don't work, I can take it back out, but I'm not going to take a chance on it. Doc provides you with these things, and it doesn't make sense not to use them. put that insert in there and it slows down your flow. So there we go. Now we should be able to run this okay. I probably should change the pitch, but there's still a good bit of gravels in that stuff, so I'm not going to change the pitch. I'll take my brush to it again. This is really only the second time I've ever used this multi-sluice. I got faith in it. I got faith in Doc's products. They do have to be run properly though. I have a little sluice I had Jason Keith make me. It's only 6 inches wide on the inside. And I cut some Goldhog mats to fit into that thing. And it really works nice. But you do have to have it set up properly. So here we go. Pour a little bit of water off. I've been wanting a good cleanup sluice for a long time. And I've got faith in this product, so we'll see. Ray Russo can get gold out of beach sands with it. I can learn how to get gold too. So. There we go, that's all that. We'll let it run for a couple of minutes. You can watch it here. Can't really see anything. Give it a couple of minutes here and then we'll go ahead and shut it off and see what it looks like. Let's see what we can spot. This looks like it's still got a bunch of float stone and sand in it. Trying to see if I can spot some gold. I know there's gold in it. Oh yeah, there's gold right up there. Right up near the top. Should have looked there first. It'll tilt you a little bit. Right in there, right in this ripple right here. And right next to it. There's gold in there. So, I'll clean this out, and I might just go ahead and run it through it again. We'll see. I'll clean it out, and I'll pause you for doing that, and I'll bring you back on if I'm going to run it again, or when I pan it out. Okay, we set it back up with the stripper mats in it this time. I used them the other night doing some Arizona cons I had. We're going to start it up. I decreased the pitch about 9 8 degrees down. Not absolutely sure. I didn't check it with my phone because I'm using it. But I'm gonna, I think I might reduce the flow because it's not, the stuff that I have is not going to be that hard to run. So I'm not gonna jet dry down in my old tank down here. So we'll get the other thing that Doc provides us with. You put this little cutie and this little cutie. Reduces the flow even more. Get in there. There we go. And we'll start him back up. And I'll clean out the air bubbles. I'm going to have to get a speed control. You can fine tune them better that way. This really doesn't look like it's going to clean much of anything. But it probably ain't going to lose much either. So I'll try it and we'll see what happens. If I'm not happy with it, I'll run it through there with the next size up thing. There's my concentrates from the last run. I can see gold all over this pan, by the way. There's a bunch of gold left in that pan. I'll show that to you and just snuffer that up. No point in messing with that. Okay. Okay. Bunch of gold in that pan all up the top there. I hope you can see that. I'm just going to snuffer that up. Okay. Look and see what this thing is doing. It's washing material. See a lot of that float sand getting down in there, down towards the bottom here. Gets so much jet dry in there, you can't really see anything else. But it's keeping the black sands up the top here. And the gold too, apparently. Washing this other stuff down. And anyhow, I think I'm going to clean this up. And this is getting a little long, so what I'll do is I'll do a reveal tomorrow. Or I'll pause it and try to get it done tonight. We'll see what happens. You pause, you bring it back on. Okay. I changed it up to the next GPH fitting up because it wasn't cleaning out fast enough to suit me. So it looks like it's doing a really nice job now. But all that blonde sand is just about out of there. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this again, and I'll bring it back on when I'm ready. Well, I spoke too soon. I'll bring it back on now because I want to show you all this gold that's up the top of this thing. There's gold all in and riffles up in there. I think I'm between the light and the gold, so let me get over this side and do it. There's gold all along in there, all up in there, all up in there. There's some of these black sands here. I wouldn't be surprised if it went further down, but I'm not seeing a lot of it down there. I'm not seeing it anywhere down along the bottom here. Anyhow, I'm still going to have to pan it out, so I'm going to pause it, and we'll bring it back on when we pan. Okay, I decided to bring it up here. It's 1:15 in the morning here, and want to get this over with. So there's all I have left of all the stuff that I ran through that multi-sluice. And there's gold oil in that. So I've just decided I'm going to pan it up here. I wish I had my other finishing pan with me, but this Garrett pan will work. So anyhow, I set you up here.